Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are at North Wilksboro this morning with the AARN, the All-American Racing Network. They have the Cup Series here tonight. The boys are just out there getting some qualifying laps in now. We're going to kind of watch and see who's going to end up on the pole. Right now, it looks like Chris Winstone is driving away with this at the moment. There, we got a little bit of feedback there. We got that all fixed up. Looks like Chris Winstone right now is on the top of the leaderboard. But we're going to get this cycled through. We're going to take a look and see who is going to be the pole position leader today. So we're at North Wilksboro Speedway, week 13 of the AARN Cup Series. It's 68 degrees Fahrenheit, about 35% humidity. It's clear day with about 7-mile-an-hour breeze. You're watching Pirate Broadcasting, Art the Pirate Millen in the booth with you today. So this is a short track. The track is just over a half a mile long. And the temperature outside is about 89 degrees at the track. 68 degrees ambient air in the air. So the track is a little warm, but it's not super hot at this moment in time. So we're just going to watch and see how these guys make out. Now, practice today. Let's go back and take a look at the practice. These guys are driving fast. Michael Ravillo, 17.657. Jourdain White, he was 18.505. Christopher Foote was 18.598. So these were your fast guys in practice. So we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen when they get on board and get this race happening. See how fast they're actually going to get going. All right, so let's go back out of here. There we go. All right. Just have a few little things we got to take care of here, ladies and gentlemen. So again, we're at the AARN Racing Network. It's brought to you tonight by Bully Dog Coffee Company. And we also are brought tonight by FPR Fabricating and Powder Coating. Established 2025, and that's by your driver, Austin Adams, in the 27 from down there in Pennsylvania area. And we're also brought by, let's see, oh my goodness, I lost my scroller here. A lot of camera angles by Whiplash Sim Cams. Whiplash gives us all kinds of good camera angles to have in our races, so we really appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to take a look. We're just waiting for these guys to get done their qualifying laps. They'll get cycled in, and then we'll get the show underway. Looking at YouTube chat, Rotten Bananas Racing says, let's go Dirt Poor Racing, Mike and Chad. He also says, Mike, I want to see some wall ride this race. We'll see how that goes. Lillian King, let's go, gentlemen. Let's have a good, clean race. That would be good to have as well. Always good to have a good, clean race. All right, so we're going to jump out of here just for a moment. We'll let these guys get everything nailed down, and we'll bring you back at the start of the race. Just a moment, please. We're just taking a look. There's Douglas Gallus. He's out there putting a lap down. Not too bad of a lap for him. Austin Adams, he is out there as well, trying to get a few laps in. See if we can jump onto his car. There's Coulter Clark in the 54 Pit Stop TV car. They are the ones that usually do the Sunday morning races. Not available today, so we called in the Pirate Broadcasting crew, myself, and I am here to see if I can put on a good show for you. Nowhere near as good as the Pit Stop TV guys. They've been doing it a little bit longer than I have. They definitely have it down pat to a science. Credit where credit is due, without a doubt. MNO 66 Racing, great morning here in North Wilksboro. Should be a good race. Yes, we hope it will be. Comments from YouTube. We have one lap to go. They're just finishing up their qualifying laps. Just waiting for them to get this nailed down. And we'll get ready for the start of this race. It looks like Jordan White might be on the point, but we will have to wait and see. We're just waiting for them to finish up. Once we get that nailed down, Zachary King is out there doing some laps. He's got to do a last-minute qualifying. He was your truck winner there on Thursday night. Had a heck of a race there, I'll tell you what. Won by the skin of his teeth, but he got her done. I believe that was 3 truck races in a row for Zachary King. Got that 51 car, the K1 Speed. Good looking Mustang. So he's putting down some laps. All right, folks, we'll be right back with the start of this race. We'll find out who's on the pole. While we're waiting, and we're bring up Billy Dog Coffee. Again, one of our sponsors tonight. They do an awesome job. If you want some delicious coffee, you can order it. We'll just bring that up right here now. Let's see right here. You can get a 10% discount on Bully Dog Coffee. Use the code FAST10, www.bullydogcoffeecompany.com. Order yours today, and you'll be drinking coffee tomorrow. And remember, friends don't let friends drink corporate coffee. All right, getting back to YouTube comments. Let's go. Sun51, Lillian King, Rob Bananas Racing, LOL. We're going to get this thing going here. Just waiting for me to get these guys on the grid. I'm not quite sure what they're doing down there in the pits. It appears we have 17 cars here tonight. So we're just waiting them get grid up. I think we have a couple of questions down there in the pits there. I think someone might be running some weighted tires or something here. So the officials are just checking out the last little bit of cars down in the pits, and then we'll get this thing underway. Lots of dead time between qualifying and results. But here we go. There was the qualifying. Let's bring up our qualifying grid. Take a quick look and see how they did in qualifying. Jordan White, Chris Winstone, Coulter Clark, they were your top 3 in the qualifying. Then we had Chris Romano, Zachary King in 5th, Christopher Foote in 6th, Elijah Mopin, Mark Bender, Douglas Scallis, and Corey Powell. That rounds out your top 10. So let's go to the scrolling grid. Take a look. Jordan White is on the pole position. He's on the point. Chris Winstone is in 2nd position here tonight. Then we will have Coulter Clark in this 54. In the outside position, P4, Chris Romano. Then we will have in P5, Zachary King in that 51 car. P6, Christopher Foote in the 21 car. Then we will have in the P7, Elijah Mopin, 66 Hooters car. P8, Mark Bender into 33. P9, Douglas Scallis in the 16 car. Bully Dog Coffee and the 92, Corey Powell, will be in the 10th position. P11 is Chris Perry in the 34, the Maverick. And P12 is Michael Ravallo. Then we have P13, the 12 car Chad Fox. 14 is the number 15 of Cameron Combs. Row 8, we have P15, Sean Hughes in the 75, and P16, the 98 of John Shields. And then we have rounding out the field, Austin Adams in the 27. All right, let's go back and let's get rid of that. We're going to get these guys up and ready to get this thing rocking and rolling. And again, the 27, Austin Adams, he has FPR. He's the owner of FPR Fabricating and Powder Coating. He's one of our sponsors here tonight. So let's get this thing ready to rock and roll. We're going to, we don't have a trap map this evening. This afternoon, I guess. It's early afternoon, depending on where you are. So we're going to have this running here quite nicely. Let's see. I have a few new overlays. So I'm just trying to get these new overlays nailed down. So you have to bear with me. So we're going to put on our action alerts as well. So Chris Winstone, Jordan White is your leader. Now, end of line, Sean Hughes has been put to the end of the line. Zachary King is back there as well. So Jordan White is your leader. He's going to get them up and off of pit lane. We're just going around. We got 225 laps here, 55% fuel, 3 sets of tires, and no fast repair for these guys. The pace car is off. Barney's in the flag stand, green flag in hand, ready to get these guys rolling. Here we go, guys. We're racing. Jordan White's going to jump out in the front. He's just going to take off for this thing. Let's take a quick look back here. We have the 54 sneaking in behind. That's Coulter Clark. He's going to try to get in and do something with it. The other guys behind, they're falling into line, 2 by 2 and into a straight line. No one's really contending as of yet. They're just kind of driving along. Oh, we have the 34 and the 16, Douglas Scallis. They get into it. Oh, the 51, Zachary got into him a little bit. Let's go back and take a quick look and see what happened. That was Chris Perry. We'll see if I get a better angle of this. Here we go. Let's see how this will play out. There he is in the 34, Maverick Motorsports. He's coming around the corner. Again, unfortunately, I don't have a track map here tonight, so it's hard to see where everyone is. But there he has Douglas Scallis on the outside of him. He's actually coming up a little bit, sliding up the track and into the rear quarter panel of Douglas Scallis, kind of put him sideways. Douglas was able to bounce it off the wall. Not too bad of shape for Douglas, I don't think. The 2 just misses him. However, he gets involved with the 51, gets tagged in the rear end of the 51, got spun around. So we'll have to take a look and see. We're just going to back that up just a hair. We'll get a little bit better angle on this. Just going to back it up just a hair. We're going to go along. We're going along with live. He slid through there just like threading a needle. 51 did catch the quarter panel of him, but that was all. That wasn't that big of a deal. He looks like he's still running okay. Not a lot of damage, but again, the short track in North Wilkesboro may not matter for him because the short track racing, you really don't need the aerodynamics like you need at Daytona or Talladega. So here we are. We're back to live. We'll go back up to Jourdain White. He's on the point. I'm just looking through, trying to find my best camera angles for you folks here today. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I want, let's see which one would be the good one to have. Looks like Jourdain White is taking the outside line on the restart. He's on the high side. He has the 54, Coulter Clark on the inside. Chris Winstone is in third position. Elijah Molpin is in fourth. The pace car is off. Bernie, get that flag ready. Bernie has the flag in hand. We're going to get this thing going. Here we go, boys. We're racing again. Again, Jourdain White jumps out in the front. He's running the high side. The 54 is on the inside of him, Coulter Clark. He's settling in behind Jourdain White at this moment in time. Thinking better of it. Doesn't want to get too far into racing here right now. The boys are farther back. Let's go back and see what these guys are doing back here a little bit. Everyone looks pretty good so far. They don't look like they're doing too bad of a deal. Again, this short track racing, that's a hard turn back there in the 3 and 4. They got to come around that turn quite hard. So we're going to go and take a look and see where Jourdain White. Coulter Clark has just jumped out into the lead. He took him on the inside. They're right there door to door coming around the corner onto the back straightaway. Turn 3 and 4. We have a caution back out. Mark Bender, and it looks like Chad Fox has crashed. Take a look and see what happened to Mark Bender. There he is in the 33, the white car on the outside. Let's go ahead and just ride along. We'll run along at slow speed. Take a look. See what happened to him. He's coming around the corner with no problem there. Looks like he's going into turn 1. It was him and Chad Fox that got into it. Looks like the 15 came up a little bit, caught his quarter panel, then spun him around. And put him up into the wall. Now, it said also Chad Fox was involved. There he is down in the 12 coming by there now. Oh, he went into a slide himself, slowing down for that turn. Do him in live time. While one was wrecking on the outside, he came around the turn, he got down on the apron, and he got a little bit sideways, put it sideways, single car spin, no problem, no harm, no foul. He's back out on the track. He's rocking and rolling this thing away. So we're back up with the leaders again. The leader now is Coulter Clark. And Jourdain White has slipped in the second position. So Coulter's been able to hold off Jourdain White. But for how long? Again, short track racing. This is like Martinsville or Bristol, but it's on the old track at North Wilkesboro. So go back, Lillian King, 15. Let's go Winston, Powell, King, Douglas. Well, dang, LOL. Happy Mother's Day to all the mummies out there watching. Yes, indeed. Happy Mother's Day to all the happy mothers out there today. Hopefully you get to sleep in, have coffee and breakfast in bed. That would be nice for you. Then get up and watch some racing. All right. We are following right behind the pace car right now. Pace car is pulling off. Got to be Coulter Clark on the outside, your leader. Jourdain White on the inside. Hey, Barney, got that flag in hand? There you go. Barney's ready to get these guys going again. Here we go, flags in the air, away we go, we're racing again. Coulter Clark has jumped out in front, and then we have the 66 of Elijah Mopin. He has jumped into the second position, passing Jourdain White. Just going to scroll back through. These guys are doing good right there now, but let's take a quick look back and see. All 2x2, they're not looking too bad at this moment in time. Everyone's looking fairly good. So we're going to go back up. We're going to take a look. If these guys can behave themselves, maybe we can take a look at a few of these cars here. We'll take a quick look at Coulter Clark in the 54 Pit Stop TV car. Well, then we have Elijah Mopin. He's in the 66, the Hooters car. Then we have Jourdain White. He has the Sim Cams car, Whiplash Sim Cams. That's one of our sponsors. That's part and parcel of Pit Stop TV, actually. He has both of those companies. Good looking car there. Then we have Cameron Combs. He's in the 15. He's driving the Mobil 1 car. Then we have Chris Winstone in the Pit Stop TV car as well, 37. Then we have Christopher Foote in the 21 Throat Cancer Awareness car. Then we have Austin Adams. He's in the 27 car, the Bully Dog Coffee. He's our other sponsor here tonight. Bully Dog Coffee, definitely good coffee to get. All right, so we have 75 of Sean Hughes. He's in the 75 Spark car. Chris Romano, passing him now on the outside. He's in the 44. The Sim Motion car, or Sim Magic, I should say. And then we have Michael Robillo in the 2 car. That's a nice looking car there tonight. Thigh huggers. Love the decal on the hood. You get the ducks, you get the pineapples. I know all about those. Yep, we own a Jeep. And we love to go to Jamaica. We know all about these things. Okay, Corey Powell, he is back there to 92. Orange car, orange and purpley blue. In the Ford Fusion, the IPR Moretta's car. And then we have Chad Fox right behind him. That's Fox's Appliance in the 12 car. That's a sharp looking paint job without a doubt. Then we have Chris Perry. He's back there in the Maverick Motorsports 34 car. Then we have Zachary King, K1 Speed car, 51. Mark Bender, he is in the Bulldog Coffee car, the 33. Douglas Gallus, he's in the other Bulldog Coffee car, the 16. Then we have John Shields, which appears to be off the track at this moment in time. He is out of the race. So let's go back up to Coulter Clark, take a look and see where he is. He's up there driving away right now. He's got about a second and 3/10 on Jourdain White. Jourdain White's back in the second position there now. So we're going to take a quick look. Where are they? They're just going into turn 1. Around the corner. Going on to the backstretch. Couple of good camera angles here. Good look at the 54. That's from our blimp view. That's a good looking car, that Pit Stop TV car. So let's see, we got Lillian King. Nope, this mummy is at the air show at Cherry Point, North Carolina, and watching my son race. There you go. So we have all kinds of people all over the place. We're just kind of scrolling back through, trying to take a look and see where everyone is. We've got all kinds of different angles. We're getting all spread out here at this moment in time. We have Christopher Clark out front, Jourdain White in second, and then you have the pack coming up behind them, starting with Elijah Mopin. And the rest of them. We have 6 cars right there trying to see if they can get up there. Sean Hughes is back there. He has another couple cars coming back there. And then we have Michael Rubio. And then we go back a little bit farther. Corey Powell, he's back there in the 92. Zachary King, he's running around the back at this moment in time, back in 14th position. Again, he was the winner of the truck race there Thursday night. So we're going to go back up Coulter Clark. It appears that they put everyone down a lap. I could be wrong. Just a moment now. No, we have Zachary King. Zachary King appears to be down a lap at this moment in time. 33, Mark Bender and Douglas Callens appear to be down. But we have Chad Fox. He had a problem. Let's take a look, see what happened to Chad Fox. He's out there running. Take a look. Where is he? The number 12. Let's slow it down a little bit. There's a good angle right there. See if I can back this up just a hair. See what happened. It looks like the 34 may have come up the line a little bit. Just got into the back end of him. Spun him around, put him into the wall. He hit the wall pretty good. Oh, pretty good hit. You see her all smucked up on the front end of that machine. That's not good. That brought out the caution at the start-finish line. All right, so we're going to go back up to live, back up to Coulter Clark. Take a look and see what he sees out of the roof cam. Just following along behind the pace car. Jordan White is right behind him. Chris Winstone, he's back. He's back there a little bit further. They're all just lining up, trying to see what they can do. Trying to figure out how they can get up through this pack a little bit more. Unfortunately, we do not have a track map for everyone here this evening. Let's show the weather here for a moment. The weather's nice and clear. Race analysis right now, we have 225 laps. And we have 34 laps at 225. We've had 3 cautions for 11 laps so far. So, all right, let's go back and see. I'm just going to take a quick look and see what else I can bring up here. The fastest 5 for 5, Corey Powell's had the average time of 25.19, but he's in the 8th position at the moment. Now, Zachary King, he's had a fast time, 23.22. He's in the 12th position. So he's cooking right along there. So we're going to have to go back and take a look and see. Oh, let's see, Chad Fox, it looks like he is 1 lap down at this moment in time. He is in the 14th position. 13th position. Chad Fox is in the 13th position. Okay, we have the guys back up. We're racing again. We're back up to the front of this pack, and Coulter Clark has jumped right back onto it again, and he's gone. Elijah Moped is on the back end of him, trying to catch up. He's in 2nd position. Jordan White is in 3rd. Jordan White is actually taking a look on the inside of Elijah Mopin, seeing if he can do anything with it at this moment in time. We're going to take a look at his right front. No, he's right there. He's taking a look. He's going to try to get him on the inside. He's looking. He's looking. And he is going to take him. He's going to go by Elijah Mopin for the 2nd position, fighting it off between the 2 of them. So Jordan White has definitely got a fast car here tonight. But we have a long way to go. We are at lap 38 of 225, so we have definitely a long way to go here. So let's get this thing happening. Jordan White's going to see if he can catch up, but he has a little bit to go right now. He lost a little bit of ground on Coulter Clark. He's bouncing off the wall. He's trying his best to get ahead of him. We're going to jump in with Coulter Clark, going to ride along with his roof cam. Going to give everyone a good look at this track. And you can tell by the way he's driving down here, you can tell how fast he's going. He's cruising right along. I'll tell you what, see if I can get the information up on him. Let's see, where is it? What am I looking for? looking for lap time. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Looking for the dashboard. There we go. Clark is running about 80 miles an hour, 90, 100 miles an hour, 115, 120, 100, almost 130 miles an hour on the straightaway. Then he's dropping it right down into the 70s, 80s, and then putting his foot right back into it, 130 almost, 127, 28 on the straightaway. That's a big gap. He's dropping it back and forth. But this is giving you an idea of how fast they're running around this track at this moment in time. And he is, right now, a little over 1 second ahead of Jourdain White. We're going to drop back through the field a little bit, just kind of take a look, see where everyone is, see if there's any battles going on that we should be following a little bit. Right there we have Elijah Maupin. He has Sean Hughes and Christopher Foote right on his back bumper. Sean Hughes is looking. He keeps taking a look into the corners. Elijah goes a little bit higher. I think Sean Hughes will be looking for an inside line. He's looking on the inside. He's going to try to get him. Then Elijah closes the door on him. Well, that doesn't work real well for him. So we'll have to take a look at that. And so we'll go back a little bit further. Zachary King is slowly working his way up through the field. He's in 8th position now in the 51 car. He's running there pretty much by himself. He's leading 3 cars total. Got the 44 and the 34 right behind him. But he's sitting right there in pretty clean air at the moment, taking a look at Austin Adams in front of him. We'll go back to Mark Bender. Mark Bender's a lap down in the 33 at this moment in time. So he's going to see if he can do something to get back onto this lead lap. He will be your lucky dog when the caution comes out again. Somehow I get a feeling that we will get another caution. Let's see, Douglas Callis, he's back there as well. He's down 4 laps right now, though, unfortunately. And Mr. Powell, he's in the pits with that 92. Not quite sure what's going on with him. Cameron Combs, he appears to be out of the race at this moment in time. So we're going to go back up to Coulter Clark, take another look, see how he's making out. Again, Jourdain White's trying to catch up with him, and Chris Winstone is behind him. They're all evenly spaced, so they're doing fairly good. So let's take a quick look. Let's bring up the pit strategy. Let's see where they are as far as the pit strategy goes. Clark and White, they're all running about 49 laps. I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to jump out of here just for a moment. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go down and check and see what these guys are getting for laps. And I'll be right back, folks. Let's bring this up to good camera angle for all the folks up there to get a good look at everything. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
It looked like it was anywhere from 85 to 90. Yes, sir.
Okay, folks, I just went down to the pits real quick and made a quick phone call. It looks like they're running about 85 to 90 laps. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So when they get up around 85, 90, 95 laps, again, we'll take a look at the pit strategy, because you have all these cars that have not pitted. Clark, White, Winstone, Foote, Maupin, Hughes. They're all running at about 52, 53 laps on their cars at this moment in time. So where they haven't pitted, if there is another caution, you might see them come in. If there's no caution, we're going to have to look for them to come in somewhere between 85 and 95 laps into this race. So we'll just take a look and see. As you can see, the 3 of them are driving away, but Coulter Clark will jump up on his roof. You can see he's starting to catch up to the guys in front of him right now. So we'll take a look at the battle. So we have Coulter Clark, but he has Chris Perry right in front of him. Chad Fox is in front of him. Both of them are right there. So Chris Perry is already down. Let's see, Chris Perry's in 10th position. He's still on the lead lap. So once Coulter Clark gets by him, and I think he's going to go by him right here directly. He's looking. He's looking on the inside. He's looking on the outside. There he goes by him, but he goes by the 34. So he's past Chris Perry, putting him down another lap. So then we have Douglas Scalise in front of him next. Douglas Scalise will be the next car to go down, and he's already down 4 laps. So I'll tell you what, we're going to be watching this and seeing how that's going to play out, because lap 59, we already have 7 cars either out of the race or down at least 1 lap. Take a quick run down through the field, see if anyone has any close battles going on. We have the 51, Zachary King, who just passed the 66, and he's taking a look at the 2. He's going to pass the 2. The 2's on the outside wall. That slowed him down a bit. That opened the door for Zachary King to pass him on the inside. Zachary King is now looking at his next victim, working his way up towards Sean Hughes. Let's jump onto his roof cam, follow along with Zachary King as he rides behind Sean Hughes. He's going to see if he can get something done. He's gaining a little bit every lap on the back end of Sean Hughes. He's looking on the high side. He's almost going to try to diamond shape it, get a big run after he goes through the turn. Going to take a look. He's down on the low side. He's looking high, he's looking low. Looking on the outside, see if he can do something. Couldn't quite get it done. I get the feeling he's going to try to go high, going to try low. No, he's just going to ride along. The 2 of these guys, that's your battle at this moment in time on lap 64. Zachary King's trying to get by. The 75 is Sean Hughes, and he just doesn't want to let him by. But he's looking now. He's looking right there now at the 75. He's looking high on the outside. He's stuck behind the 34. That opened the door. Zachary King got by him. Sean Hughes tried to go low, trying to catch up with him, but he's just not going to be able to get it done. There he is behind him now, so we'll go back up. So Zachary King, now he has somebody else to look for. He's going to be hunting for Christopher Foote in the 4th position, because Zachary King is up to 5th position now. So let's go up and take a look and see where else there might be a little bit of action going on. Take a look, see Mark Bender. He has Chad Fox looking on the inside of him. No, there's Chad Fox back there. He definitely has that front end damage on that car from hitting the wall earlier. You can definitely see a little bit of damage on the front end of that car. His right front is really pushed in. Lucky he's not scraping that front tire at this moment in time. So let's take a look. Douglas Scalise, he's back there. It looks like he has Jordan White going to go flying by him. Again, Douglas Scalise dropping down in laps. I believe he's down 5 laps at this moment in time. I have to take a look and see if I can figure that one out. We'll let you know in a moment. Corey Powell, he's back there in the 92. We'll take a look at Michael Ravillo. He hit the wall a couple times. He's kind of hurting. There's your leader. Your leader just threading the needle, going in and around these lap cars. He's a man on a mission. Coulter Clark, he has a little over 2 1/4 seconds over top of Jordan White. But he is doing a really good job of threading the needle, and he's working his way through traffic, trying to get this done. Lap 71 out of 225. So let's go back and take a look, see where else everyone is. Everyone else looks to be spreading out quite nicely. There's Zachary King. He's trying to catch up to Christopher Foote still. Michael Rivaro, he's coming in. Let's take a quick look and follow Michael in the 2. See what he does. See if he comes in for tires. Look at the front end of his car. Both front corners are definitely got the paint scraped off them. Definitely hurting a little bit in the front end of that car. He's definitely tagged the wall a couple times. Coming into his spot. He's taking tires on the outside. He's taking tires on the inside. Full tank of Sunoco fuel. And there he sits. I'm not quite sure why he's still sitting on the pits. All right, so we're going to go back up. There's Coulter Clark. We're going to go back up to him. He is running away with this thing. He's right there on the back end of the Hooters car. Elijah Mopin. So he's putting him down. Elijah was fighting for front position with him for a while. But now Coulter Clark has put him a lap down. So that means that Elijah Mopin, if the caution comes out, he'll be the first one with the lucky dog. But that leaves only 8 cars now on the lead lap. That would be Coulter Clark, Jordan White, Chris Winstone, Christopher Foote, Zachary King, Sean Hughes, Austin Adams, and Chris Romano. That's all that is on the lead lap at this moment in time as we watch that 54 car running away with this thing. He is going on 3 seconds over top of Jordan White. Jordan White's still back there trying to catch up. Again, I really missed my track map up in the upper right-hand corner. Unfortunately, I do not have a track map for this track, and Mike Rivaro has crashed. What happened to Mike? He just came out of the pits. Let's follow along, take a look and see what happened. He was in the pit lane, he got new tires and fuel. Came around a turn. The tires were still a little bit cold, possibly. Got him crooked, got inside, he tried to save it. Whoa, single car spin, and he did not wipe anyone out. However, oh, that was a hit. That was Chris Perry. Chris Perry came in and ran into him. Let's take a look and see if we can see a better shot of this. Okay, there's Chris Perry in the 34. He's coming around the corner. He had nowhere to go. The 2 was right there. And Chad Fox also crashed. Let's see what happened to Chad Fox. Chad Fox is right there. He is in the 12. Take a look and see. He's on the high line. Up against the wall. He was trying to lock it up. He seen the accident happening in front of him. So he just scuffed the wall. That was what the indicator of an accident for him was. So, okay, so we have a lot of guys in the pits now. Jordan White's down into the pits. Let's go back up to live again. So we have Jordan White, he's in the pits. The 37, Chris Winstone's in the pits. Austin Adams, he's coming in. Elijah Mopin, he is in the pits. Let's see, who else do we have? Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark, I believe he was into the pits. I'm not sure. Let's just take a quick look. Oh, do pit strategy. Take a look and see. Clark is still running on 80 laps. So it looks like Clark did not come into the pits, which is pretty amazing, actually. I'm surprised that he did not come. Jordan White was in the pits, so let's see if this cycles through. They should cycle through because Jordan White was in the pits. So we're just going to take a look and see if this will cycle through. Yes, okay, Clark came in the pits, White was in the pits, Winstone was in the pits. They had to go around a couple laps for it to cycle through for me to be able to see that. So they all came into the pits. I was busy watching the accident, going back to the replay on that, so I missed them coming into the pits. I seen Jordan White in the pits, but I did not see Coulter Clark come in or go out. So, okay, so they have all pitted. Everyone's on new pit strategy. We're going to see how this will play out. Let's get this racing going. Go back up. EV start. Let's get this race underway. Coulter Clark's jumped out in the front again. It's Zachary King on his back bumper on the outside. Falling in between him and Jordan White. There's Zachary King. He's making a run for the outside right now. Taking a look and see if he can get something done. Taking a look at Coulter Clark. He's looking at the back end of him. Zachary King, he is a good little driver. I'll tell you what, he gets this thing going. And Lillian King says, let's go King number 51. The number 2 is getting some repairs. But yes, Michael Rivella was in the pits and Chad Fox is still in the pits. They are getting repairs at this moment in time. Take a quick look. There's the 2. He's getting repairs. And Chad Fox in the 12. Both of these guys are getting repaired. But I'll tell you what, Coulter Clark, he is out in the front of this thing. He is driving away. Zachary King in the 51. He thought he had something for him. Zachary got a little bit of a spin. He got sideways. Go back in. Zachary, what happened to you, buddy? We're going to try to back up this up. No yellow flag. So we're still racing. So we're just going to back this up just a hair. Just take a look and see a little bit of a close-up. Zachary King came around that corner, got a little bit loose, put her sideways. Nobody got into him. Well, that was amazing. He stayed off the wall, got it straightened back out, but now he has cycled back. He is back into the 8th position once again, so he's going to have to fight his way all the way back up to the front. He was running solid second. Now he's going to have to get himself all the way back up to the front. Oh my goodness, we'll go back up live. Lap 90 out of 225. And Zachary King is back in the 8th position. Coulter Clark is roughly 8.5, a little bit better than 8.5 seconds ahead of Zachary King. So Zachary King has got 8.5 seconds to make up from where he just was. Jordan White is about a second and a half behind Coulter Clark, trying to see if he can get something done. I'm going to go back out. Let's see if I can see a little bit better angle. Let's go back up to the outside. Take a look way up high from the blimp cam. There's a good shot right there. You get to see the entire track from up here. Up in the blimp, there's the one we're looking for. You can see how everyone is spread out, just racing their own race at this moment in time. Lap 93 out of 225. No real contenders. No one's fighting with each other. They're all spread out. Coulter Clark is up there. He's just driving away with this like a Sunday drive. Well, it is Sunday after all. Gotta get home to Mom. Mother's Day today. He's got to get this race done so he can go out and have supper with his mother. So there you go. Right here racing away. Seeing what they can all do. We're just looking for some kind of action. We have a little bit of action a little bit farther back. Chris Romano is right there in the 44. He has Sean Hughes, and he's just going by. Whoa! It looks like the 16. I believe that was. Let's just bring up our battle box. Take a quick look. See. That was Chris Romano. Yes, Chris Romano. He had Jordan White, Winston. And yeah, Douglas Gallows, he was up against the wall. So we just tried to take a quick look and see where everyone is that is in proximity of Chris Romano. But Chris Romano right now is taking a look. No one's close behind him, other than Sean Hughes, but he has the Toyota right in front of him. And he's going to take a look. He's going to go on the inside. He's going to try to get by. No, didn't quite do it. That's the 37 of Chris Winstone. He's trying to get by him. We have a little bit of a race going on between these two. We have a slow car, the 92. He's on the inside. Going to fly by him. That's 92 of Corey Powell. He's a couple laps down. So right now, we have Chris Romano. He wants to try to get by Chris Winstone if he can. He's taking a look on the high side. Back up onto the roof. I don't think you can get it done on the high side. I think you need to get low on him. Get down low and make it happen. Still trying to get some speed up. Not quite working for him. Falling into a rhythm now. Lap 101 out of 225 laps. We're going to take a quick look back, take a look back a little bit farther, see where everyone else is running. Zachary King now. Zachary King is back up to 6th position. He was in 8th after that spin. He's made his way up 2 laps, or 2 positions, but he is now almost 10 seconds off the leader. So he really has to make some time. Again, fighting with traffic, trying to weave his way in and out of traffic. But Coulter Clark is up there in the fresh air. He's starting to get into the lap traffic as well himself. So he's going to be slowed down a little bit as he starts threading the needle. Everyone's kind of pulling up high, though. There's the 12 going high. And there is the 34. 34 is being... Oh, 34 didn't get out of the way. I'll tell you what, Coulter Clark got into the back of him there. Gave him a little tap. Now he's going by him. But that let Jourdain White get right on his back bumper. Jourdain White is now caught up with the back end of Coulter Clark again. So he's back in contention to get back racing for the lead. He was about a second and a half behind, but now he is running about a half a second behind. But you see, when Coulter Clark gets out in the fresh air, you can see him just driving away. Not a care in the world. So Jourdain White has to do something to see if he can pick up a little bit more speed. So let's go back and take a look and see. I'm just looking back through the pack and see if there's anyone that's close to racing each other. But again, they're all spread out so far. There's Zachary King, though. He is a little over 10 seconds. So I bet you he's hoping for a caution flag to get himself back up there a lot faster and be back in contention with this thing. So Chris Romano, he's still fighting it off with, he's still fighting a battle there with Chris Winstone. But they're fighting now for 3rd and 4th position. Chris Winstone is in the 3rd position, and I think Chris Romano would like to have that position from him. Taking a look on the outside, he's going high, not being able to do it. Just driving along, taking good looks, trying to see. No, sir. All right, let's go back, take a look. The first car lap down, Elijah Molpin. Where are you at, buddy? You're in the 66. There you are right there. See a little bit of right front damage on that. He's back there. Oh, we have a caution again. We had another caution, yellow flag. It looked like the 2. I'm not quite sure. Let's take a quick look. We're going to back this up. Nothing came up as a caution, but we're going to try to back up and see if it might have been the 2 car. No, the 2 car was just coming out of the pits when that happened, so I'm not sure who that was. Just a moment, we're going to just hold it right there. We're going to try to jump out to the big camera, see if we can take a look and see somewhere on this track, somebody spun somewhere. There's a car down there. Let's see whose that was. That was coming in. Okay. Christopher Foote, possibly? Was he coming in? Christopher Foote. Let's see what happened to him. Yes, Christopher Foote. That's where the problem lied. He was coming into the pits. It looked like, well, possibly not. Possibly he was just coming around the corner. Looks like a single car spin. Looks like he came around the corner. Possibly the rear end of that car came out on him. Yes, it did. Came out, got him into a spin sideways on the track. slid him down. Looks like he was coming into pit lane. Not that he planned on coming into pit lane now. But he just tapped the wall ever so slightly. He didn't hit it really hard. So that's what brought out the caution, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump back up with Coulter Clark. But I'll tell you what, this is what Zachary King wanted to see. Zachary King wanted to see the caution come out so that way he can jump back up with everyone else. So let's get this thing going. Barney, get the flag in the air. These guys are coming around the corner and they're running hot. They want to get something done. Flag waves and we're gone. Coulter Clark is out in the lead, jumping away from Jourdain White again. We're going to take a quick look. Zachary King is right there. He's working his way through the traffic, trying to get himself around the 27. Austin Adams. He's the car I'm watching right now. He was so fast. He was right there in second place. He had that spin. Got shuffled all the way back to 8th position. He was 10.5 seconds behind the leader. Now he is right there. He's only little under 1.5 seconds behind the leader, stuck in traffic, but he is definitely moving forward. So there's the 75. Let's see what the 75 of Sean Hughes is doing. Sean Hughes is running a little bit slower than everyone else for some reason. There's Zachary King. He's right there behind the 37. He's moved up to 4th position. Oh, he got a little loose there on the turn. That opened the door for the 27. The 27's trying to take a look and see if he can do something with it. Couldn't get it done. So the 27 is right there looking. Zachary King's after the 37, but he has the 27 looking to get after him. And right behind him is the 44 of Chris Romano. He wants to get back into this thing. So these guys are doing a little bit of racing amongst themselves. No one wants to see a caution, but I'll tell you what, for a broadcaster, makes things so much more interesting to have something to broadcast. So let's take a look. Lillian King said, "You got this, son," and All American Racing Network says this number 16 spun coming out of the tube. Okay, thank you. So the 16 also spun. That would be Douglas Skellis. He also spun on that. All right, lap 120 out of 225. We're almost down. 105 laps to go. Zachary King is trying to work his way up through there, but it's not working. Meanwhile, Coulter Clark out in front. He has Jourdain White right on his back bumper, taking a look, trying to see if he can get by him. I mean, the good plan for Jourdain White possibly is to just ride along. No sense trying to get past him now. Then you're just fighting back and forth, and you're going to let all these guys behind you catch up with you. If you two can ride along until you get down to like 15 or 20 laps to go and then start battling it out, as long as Jourdain White can stay with the leader, Coulter Clark, he should be okay when it gets down in laps at the end of this race. Because he's right there on the back bumper. He's looking. He's looking to see if he can do something with it. And then you have Chris Winstone. He is back there as well in that yellow 37 pit stop TV car. And they have Zachary King. He's right there. So they're all running basically single file. The only one that is Chris Romano. He's taking a good look at Austin Adams in the 27. And don't forget, Austin Adams. We'll go back up here to Austin Adams. Austin Adams, he is your FPR coating, powder coating and fabrication out of Pennsylvania. He's the man to see. If you need any powder coating done, get a hold of him during or after the race, I should say. You don't want to get a hold of him during the race. But anyway, he's the man to see in that 27 car. All right, so we're going to jump back out. Look at, there we go. It looks like Chris Romano's got him on the inside. He does. Chris Romano's going to jump ahead of Austin Adams. Austin Adams is taking a look. He's going to try to see if he can get it back. Looking on the inside of him, but he's not going to be able to do it. The 44 looks like he's going to drive away. He's looking, he keeps looking there, but the 44 definitely has some speed. We're going to jump up ahead, though. Zachary King, what Zachary King is doing, he's up there in the back of the 27. Chris Romano, no, Chris Romano's back farther, but that is Chris Winstone. That's Zachary King. Zachary King is right there. He was trying to get by. I guess they were passing lap traffic. I could see them in the distance when we were back there looking at the Austin Adams machine. And I could see them passing, or it looked like they were in the thick of things, but it was just them passing some lap traffic. So right now, if you look at it, Zachary King is sitting there. He has Elijah Mopin behind him. First car down a lap, actually down a few laps now, 6 laps actually. But then in front of him, he has Chris Winstone, Jourdain White, and the leader, Colter Clark. Chris Romano, though, he is right behind him, but he is the next car down in the 5th position, but he's about 2 seconds behind Zachary King right now. Okay, so that kind of brings everyone back up to speed. Let's go back out to the wide-angle camera, take a look and see if we can see what we're doing here. It looks like Zachary King's still trying to get on the outside of Chris Winstone. He's always looking, he's running that middle line. But he's just not able to do anything with it. Let's see if we can take a look and see if I can get back into a couple other different camera angles here. We have the blimp cam, we have a blimp cam 3. You can definitely see the leaders are out in front, just coming across the start-finish line, and then you see now you have Zachary King going across the start-finish line. So you can see them halfway through the turn, and the leaders going down the backstretch. So that gives you a good overhead view of what's happening. Again, thank you very much to Whiplash SimCams. They're giving us a lot of great camera angles here this evening. Or I should say this morning. I keep forgetting this is the middle of the day for me. So this is not normal. I usually do all my races at nighttime. So this is the odd time that I do it here Sunday morning. So thank you again, Whiplash SimCams. And don't forget, Bully Dog Coffee Company. They are a major sponsor here tonight, and you can get 10% off your order of Bully Dog Coffee. Just use the code FAST10 at bullydogcoffeecompany.com. Get yourself some coffee. Oh, my nerves, I'll tell you what, I need the caffeine. Here we go. The guys are racing around the track. They're doing really well. But let's go back up. Colter Clark. He still has Jourdain White on his back bumper. They're just driving along. Jourdain White said, well, let's jump on his roof bar. Take a look. He's right there behind the 54, trying to catch up. I'm going to try to do something here. I'm going to try to bring up my trading paints. I apologize. I usually bring up the trading paints in the first few laps of the race, and I just want to make sure that everyone has their proper paint jobs. And I apologize. I usually do it earlier in the race, and I've had a few things going with this new overlays that I have, trying to get them working as well. So I didn't get it, so I hope I have everyone's proper paint job. Let's take a quick run down through the cars and see what we have for paint jobs. There's the 54 Pit Stop TV, that's proper. Then we have the SimCams, Whiplash SimCams, that's the 83, Jourdain White, yes. Then we have Chris Winstone in Pit Stop TV, the yellow 37. Zachary King, K1 Speed, 51 car. Then we have Chris Romano. He's driving that Sim Magic 44 car. Austin Adams, he drives the Bully Dog Coffee car, 27. Sean Hughes, driving that Spark 75 car. I'm not sure if that was a Spark car before I did the trading paints. I'm not sure. That may have updated. I apologize if it did. I'm sorry. I apologize for redoing that late. I usually do it within the first 5 or so laps, just to be sure I have the proper paint jobs. Okay, Mark Bender in the Bully Dog Coffee car. Elijah Mopin, he has the 66. That's the Hooters car. And then we have Chris Perry, Maverick Motorsports. Then we have Fox Appliances in the 12. That's Chad Fox. Corey Powell, Brett Days 92. That looks proper. That's what he had. No problem there. Bully Dog Coffee. There we go. 16 car of Douglas Gallus. Michael Wilvillo in the cool looking number 2 car. That's a cool looking car. That's a summer car without a doubt. And then we got Christopher Foote. He is off the track. Cameron Combs is off the track. And John Shields is off the track. So going back up to Coulter Clark, up in the lead. So it looks like everyone has their proper paint job. Again, I thought I had it, but I just like to reload it. I loaded it the first of the race, but I just like to reload it, you know, within the first 5 or 10 laps or so, just to be sure that, you know, the cars get done. I know a few guys, they get racing, they're in practice, and then they say, oh shoot, I don't have my right paint job, and then they hit trading paints to change their paint, and then I miss it. So again, that's my story and I'm sticking to it, so I need to make sure that I get that done on a regular basis. So yes, we got Little Rock 1214, so let's go fellas. Lillian King, come on son, 51, you got this. So let's go back and take a look, and Zachary King now actually has gotten by Chris Winstone. He is up into 3rd position. So we are running along. The clock is running down. We're lap 147 out of 225. So we're doing fairly well actually for cautions. We've had a few of them, but nothing really major. Let's take a quick look and do the race recap. Right now we are lap 148 of 225. The leader is Coulter Clark. We've had 5 cautions for 19 laps. So all right, for a short track, North Wilkesboro, actually that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. 1.5 miles are not too bad, but these short tracks, especially this one because it's not a regular track on the series, and it's a little tricky sometimes to get the cars around this track. So all right, let's go back up and take a look at the leader, Coulter Clark. He has got a little bit of a jump now on Jourdain White. Jourdain White's trying to get it done. Jourdain White, he's from Jamaica. One of my favorite islands in the Caribbean. I've been there 20 plus times. I absolutely love the island of Jamaica. Fantastic people. So I'll tell you what, good looking car, that Whiplash Simcam's car of Jourdain White. You need a Jamaican flag on there somewhere, buddy. Make it look good. Meanwhile, Zachary King, he's back there. He's about 3.5 seconds off the leader. Just cruising along, trying to get something done. Looks like they're just putting along, but if you jump up on his roll bar, you can see they're not just putting along. He's got his foot into it. He's trying to catch up to Jourdain White, trying to see what he can do. Jourdain White's about almost 3 seconds ahead of Zachary King at this moment in time. So Zachary King needs to get his foot into it. And then Chris Winstone, there he is closing again on Zachary King. Zachary King had a hard battle getting by Chris Winstone. So Chris Winstone's going to be taking a look and saying if he can get by him, he wants to get back into 3rd place. So as of right now, we only have 7 cars on the lead lap. Mark Bender, he's actually the first car a lap down. He is, no, I'm sorry, Hughes. Sean Hughes in the 75 is the first car a lap down. Mark Bender is 3 laps down in the 8th position. So Sean Hughes, he is 1 lap down at this moment in time. There he is catching up. He just got passed. So that's why he's a lap down now. So he's fighting hard to try to get back onto the lead lap. He's got to try to catch up to these leaders, but they're just driving away from him. Coulter Clark got by him, and Jourdain White. So Jourdain White's trying to get by a lap car right there in front of him, which he does, no problem at all. We'll go up to the battle box, take a look. So he just passed Mark Bender. And again, Sean Hughes is behind him as well. So there are your 2 first and second cars in your little battle box off to the right side of your screen. You can see 1 and 2, Coulter Clark, Jourdain White. They are in white. The other cars in blue are a lap down. And then at the bottom of that screen, Zachary King and Chris Winstone, they are the 3rd and 4th position cars. So that'll give you an idea. Everyone's racing with lap cars at this moment in time. Everyone's really tight. But Coulter Clark has been putting on a clinic here today. He's been racing the heck out of this 54 Pit Stop TV car and doing a really good job staying up in front. 159 laps on the 225, and he's just driving away with this thing. Although Jourdain White, whatever he can do to catch up with him, he's going to try to do. So we have a big sponsor, Pit Stop TV. He is in the lead, and also Whiplash Simcams right behind him. So there's your two of the big sponsors. Again, Pit Stop TV, they usually do the Sunday morning broadcast for the Cup Series of AARN, and Whiplash Simcams, they provide camera angles, and he is also the owner of Pit Stop TV. So, yeah, it's awesome. These two cars are up in front. Now, we are looking for, let's see if we can come up with, where is our Bully Dog Coffee cars, because we need to get those guys back up into the run of this thing. There's Mark Bender, though. Unfortunately, he's down 3 laps. He is right there in the Bully Dog Coffee. Him and Douglas Gallus. Douglas Gallus has the other Bully Dog Coffee. So they're not doing good for their sponsors here tonight. Boys, you're going to have to put your foot into it. You need another cup of coffee. Get that caffeine going. Get going. Get that dog running. Alrighty. And then we have the 27, Austin Adams. Again, he's a double sponsor. He's driving a Bully Dog Coffee car, but also he has the other sponsorship of the FTP, or FPR Coating and Fabrications. So we have that one, and then we have the Bully Dog Coffee here tonight. You know, I'll tell you what. And then we also have Whiplash Simcams. I don't have Pit Stop TV. I'll have to get Pit Stop TV on my list here and start letting everyone know when I do these Sunday morning races for Pit Stop. Definitely let you know I'm the intruder in here. I'm just covering today for Pit Stop TV. All right, so back up to Coulter Clark. Zachary King is now dropped into 2nd position, but he's 5 3/4 seconds behind the leader. So right now, Jourdain White has come into the pits, getting fuel. He's getting tires on the outside. He's getting tires on the inside. Then he's back out onto the track. Coulter Clark, he is coming in now. He's given up his lead. He's got to come in. So right now, pit strategy is Coulter Clark. He was running on 87 laps. So we were saying somewhere between 85 and 95 laps. So this is 87 laps for Coulter Clark. He's coming in to get tires on the outside. He's going to grab tires on the inside. And away he goes, full tank of Sunoco fuel. Oh, he's paused on pit lane. He's being held on pit lane for a moment. He may have came in fast. He may have came in across the line fast. He may be on a hold. So I'll tell you what, right now, Zach King, 59 laps on his car, and Chris Romano, he has 59 laps on his car. So they're going to have to come in, but not for another 30 laps or so. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this now. I'll tell you what, Coulter Clark is still in the pits. Not quite sure why Coulter's still in the pits. So we're going to have to take a look and see. See if we have the fastest lap meatball disqualified black flag. What? Who had the black flags? I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. I'll have to find that. I think I have a button for that, but I don't know where it is. It's in with some of my new ones that I have here. No, I don't have information on that. So again, right now, tell you what, Sean Hughes is coming in the 75. Sean Hughes is coming into the pits. So Coulter Clark has gone down a lap. He's down 3 laps now. That's amazing. He was leading this thing. He was driving away with this thing. He is now down 3 laps. He must have came into pit lane a little bit hot, and that just got him fetched up. He caught a black flag, probably. Rotmanez Racing says he got speeding in the pit lane. That's what I was kind of wondering. Yes, black flag. Anthony Hatfield says, let's go Romano. Don't count King out. He's as tough as they come. Yes, the black flag for Coulter Clark. I'll tell you what, that's heartbreaking for Coulter Clark because he was doing so well. He's down 3 laps now, being held on pit lane. Speeding on pit lane was the call. But Zachary King, he's out in front of this thing. He has Chris Romano. Chris Romano, though, is almost 7 seconds behind the leader, Zachary King. So Zachary King, we're looking at 177 out of 225. Again, he's on 67 laps. So within the next 20 laps, he's going to have to come in. Before we get to lap 200, I can see King and Romano both coming into pit lane. So if they come in, Austin Adams is the next driver. He's about 14 seconds behind Zachary King at this moment in time. 15 seconds, and he's going down fast, actually. Austin Adams is coming into the pits. So Austin Adams in the 27, he's coming in. He slowed way down getting on the pit lane. He didn't want to get stuck with a black flag, but he's going really slow. I'm not quite sure. He may have ran out of fuel. I don't think so, but man, he's going awfully slow in that pit lane. Doesn't look good for him at all. What the heck is he doing now? He's just rolling to a stop. He's trying to get down to his pit box. I think he may have ran out of fuel. Let's take a quick look and see where he was. He ran 96 laps. Oh, he pushed it. He ran 96 laps on that car. You just can't do that, man. It looks like he ran out of fuel, and he's just trying to get this thing coasted to his pit box. He's running in the pit lane, which you're not really supposed to do, but it looks like he got to his pit box barely. But that's going to cost him. Zachary King still out in the lead. Wow. Coulter Clark goes down 3 laps, and then Austin Adams, he ran out of fuel. And then coasted into his pits. Oh, there's Zach King bouncing off the wall. What are you doing, Zach? You're in the lead of this thing. You're not in a hurry. Get this thing done, brother. Chris Romano is about 5 seconds behind him in the 44. Jourdain White is about almost 17 and a half seconds behind the leader. And it looks like they are the only 3 on the lead lap. Now, that will cycle through when these 3 come into the pits. However, Jourdain White does not need to come into the pits because he just pitted a little while ago. So if you look at Jourdain White, he only has 18 laps in his car. He's got more than enough fuel to make it to the end of this thing. So this may work out to Jourdain White's favor when these guys go into pit lane for fuel. Now, Zach can come in, get a splash of gas and go, or is he going to grab tires? That's the question. Maybe grab just outside tires. I'm sure that this track is going to chew up those right fronts. So we're not sure what he's going to do. We're just going to have to keep an eye, see what everyone does. I mean, it's all pit strategy at this moment in time. 186 out of 225 laps. The laps are counting down for Zachary King. Chris Romano, he's right there. His laps are counting down. He needs to come in for fuel as well. So I expect the two of these guys are both coming in within the next 10 laps for fuel. But then you have Jourdain White. He's back there basically by himself. He has Chris Romano 7.5 seconds in front of him, and he has Chris Winstone about almost 12 seconds behind him. So once this cycles through, Zachary... Oh, we have a caution. Mark Bender crashed. Mark Bender crashed. Let's take a look and see what happened to Mark Bender. He's right there at that 33. Coming around the corner. Got into a side slide. Right into the wall. Hard on that left front. Tagging the wall. Wow. Took out his front bumper by the looks of things. Took the front end right off of that car. Oh, there it is. Just like magic, pop right back on. Must be a big magnet on there to suck it back onto the front of his car. But anyway, that brought out that caution. So this may change everything. We have Jourdain White. He came back in the pits. Let's go back up to live again. Take a quick look. So Zachary King, he was in the pits. He came back out. Chris Winstone, he came back out. Jourdain White, he's coming back out. Chris Romano, he's on his way out. Coulter Clark right now, he's down to only one lap back. So he is the first car a lap down. He will get the lucky dog. If he get the lucky dog, I'll tell you what, fast car, leading most of the laps here tonight. Today, I should say. Yes, fast car. He could be a contender for someone. So let's just take a look and see. Let's get back up to Zachary King. He's our leader. As we can see a few lap cars in front of him. We have Jourdain White right on his back door. Jourdain White's a fast car. So this played out well for Jourdain White. He went in, got tires probably. Not quite sure. Yes, so we're going to cycle through all the way around cars, going around, and here we go. We're ready to race. These guys are nowhere near being ready. They're all trying to catch up to the leader, but they're coming around the flag stand. Bernie's got the flag in the air, and these guys are all trying to catch up, but they're... Oh, no! Zach King! Zach, what did you do, Zach? He spun his tires on restart. No caution. We're going to back this up, take a better look at this, because he spun right underneath my camera when I was going. So let's just bring this back. Take a look. I'm do it in slow-mo here. Zach King spun the tires. Oh no, that's heartbreaking. He was so fast. Major front end damage to the right front of that car. Oh man. And everybody's just driving by him. I'll tell you what, let's go back up to live. Well, get the live going again here. There we go. Back up to live. Jourdain White now is in the front of this thing. Zachary King has been shuffled all the way back to 4th position, but he's 5 seconds back behind Jourdain White. Jourdain White with 30 laps to go. So let's see what he can do. He has Chris Romano right on his back bumper. Chris Romano's taking a look, trying to see. The sun's going down. Getting a little bit of sun in their eyes on turn 4. So he's taking a look, seeing if he can get something done here. Again, 29 laps to go. These guys are going to start racing. Chris Winstone, he's back a little bit farther. Zachary King, he's right there behind Coulter Clark. It looks like Coulter Clark now is back on. No, Coulter Clark is still 1 lap down, but Zachary King is 1 lap behind, or 1 spot behind Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark being 1 lap down. Getting all excited. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm not sure what I'm talking about here. Okay. Zachary King, he's definitely running a lot slower than what he was running before. You see the 27 coming up real easily, trying to catch him. He's passing him on the inside. That definitely hurt Zach King's car. Zach King needs to come in. They don't have any fast repairs, but I'm sure that Zach King, when he spun the tires, hit the wall, that just took his possible win away from him today. That hurt him bad. Meanwhile, up front, Jourdain White, he's driving away with this. 26 laps to go. He has Chris Romano right on his back door. He's just watching. Now, the two of these guys are about almost 4 seconds ahead of third place Chris Winstone. Chris Winstone's back there running by himself out into clean air. He has the 66 of Elijah Mopin right behind him. Again, Elijah's laps down. So, Jourdain White and Chris Romano, they are the cars to watch at this moment in time. They're the ones going for the front position. Jourdain White has it. Chris Romano wants it. We're going to take a quick look up on top of his roof cam. You can see the speed that they're doing there. Jump back to the roof cam of Zachary King. Zachary King's got his speed back. He looks like he's got the speed, but he's having a little bit of trouble in the turn. He's going awfully high in the turn. I think that right front damage definitely hurt his car, making him slide up the track a lot. He took that turn into turn 4, no problem at all. But I'll tell you what, he is right now 18 seconds behind. Oh, he's close to the wall again. Yeah, he's about 18, almost 19 seconds behind Jourdain White. And Jourdain White is right there. He's going to pass Zachary King now. Zachary King's going to go down. No, Zachary King got into the back of him. It looks like Jourdain White may have come down a little bit too soon. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to have to take a quick look and look back at this real quick. We're going to do it in slow-mo. We want to see what happened. We're going to see if I can get a real good close-up of this. See if I can get the right angle so I can get a good idea what the heck happened. Jourdain White was coming up, looking on the outside. He has a 92 on the inside of Zach King. Jourdain White is on the high side. I'm just looking. Now, again, Zach King, he's got front damage, so he's sliding up in the corners, remember? So where he came up, he caught the rear quarter panel of Jourdain White. Now, again, I was just talking about Zach King having trouble. So, with the turns, again, Jourdain White, there's full speed motion here. And Zach King, you can see the right front damage. You can see his wheel tucked in. So that's why he was off the pace. Zachary King crashed. Coulter Clark crashed. Let's see what happened to Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark's back there. Let's see what happened to him in the 54. He was coming around the turn here. Oh, he was coming up on the accident. Trying to slow it down. Jourdain White, oh, he just stopped. He didn't get in an accident, but he almost did with Jourdain White. Wow. Okay, so we're going to go back up. Chris Romano's back up in the front of this thing at this moment in time. We're going to go back up to live. Now, again, personal opinion, I don't think that was on Zach King. I was just saying that Zach King was having trouble keeping it down. He was riding a little bit high, sliding up. And Jourdain White did not know that. So he was going around the outside of him trying to get a pass. And I'll tell you what, Zach King, he slid up and into the back end of Jourdain White, and that's what did it for Jourdain. It definitely hurt him. So put Jourdain back in the third position. But again, we've got a few laps left. We are 209 out of 225, so we've got about 15, 16 laps left. Chris Romano's the leader, 7 cautions, 27 laps. We have 2 lead changes. Well, 3 now, but here we go. We're going to go back up to our flag stand. Barney got his flag in the air. So Jourdain White does have a chance to get back up, but he's going to get by Chris Romano, and there you go. Jourdain White's up in the second place. They're going. Jourdain White's up in the second. He's right behind Chris Romano. So again, being in the accident, it hurt him, but it could have been a lot worse for Jourdain White. So Jourdain White is going to try to see if he can get caught up. He's going to try to get a run on the back end of Chris Romano, but Chris Romano is going to put up a fight. He's going to try to hold him off as much as he can. So Jourdain White is trying to get this thing going. So we got Anthony Hatfield saying tough break, running on fumes. That was from a little bit earlier. Anthony Hatfield, definitely King's fault. The damage, tire damage or not, you can't drift into someone. Well, I'll tell you, as a driver also, I know when you get front end damage, I mean, you can't do much about it. But yeah, you know, you gotta watch where you are. You gotta watch. I mean, you had the car on the inside, car on the outside. Not my call. That's race control. I just call them as I see them. So. Again, I'm also a driver, so I know what it feels like to have front wheel damage. Trust me, I've hit enough walls. All right, Anthony Hopkins said, let's go Romano. Romano's out in front. Jourdain's trying to catch up with him. He's running for it. We're going to see if he can get anything done. We have another caution. What happened? Corey Powell went off the track. Not sure if that was the reason for the caution. Oh, 92, yeah, he went around, spun around. He backed her up and get her back onto the track, so it appears that that was what brought out the caution flag. So, again, go back up to live. Now, this is going to get interesting, folks. We have Chris Romano, Jourdain White, side by side, going for the restart. We are on lap 216 of 225. We're going to have just about 5 or 6 laps to go when the green flag drops. 8 cautions for 29 laps. Like, wow. This is going to get real interesting real fast. Adam Ramsey says, lift and let them go. Your car was done. Why are you even in the throttle exiting? His White is supposed to go to the wall. That's a good point, Adam Ramsey. I mean, you know, like, he knew he was down. He was trying to stay on the lead lap. But yes, he probably should have let him go. I mean, he did have a car on the inside and he was in the middle, but you know, damage or not, you know, like, yeah, if you get a faster car, you know you're going to go down. We'll just let him go by. I can understand. I can see multiple sides of that. Again, race control at the end of the race, they can figure that all out. I'm just here looking and see what the heck happened there. What happened? Oh my goodness, I apologize. I went to a black screen. My screen died. What is going on, folks? I apologize. I'll be right back. I lost my screen for a moment. I got kicked out. I'm reloading. Oh my goodness, I'm glad that they're not on the last lap here, but they're probably going to be racing by the time I get this thing reloaded. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what happened. iRacing just kicked me out of the session. So I'm just trying to see what's going on, trying to get back into it now. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I know all you see is a black screen. We're trying to get this done. There we are. We're back on the track. I have no idea what happened there, folks. 8 laps to go. We're back to racing. Back up Chris Romano. Oh, we're reloading Trading Paints as well. Everything's reloading. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But Chris Romano's right out in front, right there in front of Jourdain White. That was crazy. I have no idea. That's never happened before. Fortunately, we're back into the race. We're back into racing here again. Chris Romano's out in front. Jourdain White in second place. Chris Winstone is in third. Coulter Clark is up in fourth. Trying to get this thing done. 5 laps to go this time around. Going on to the backstretch. Around the corner. Onto the front stretch. Past the flag stand. 4 laps to go. Chris Romano holding off Jourdain White. Again, Coulter Clark, he's back on the lead lap. He's in 4th position. Hughes is down 1. King is down a lap. Adams is down 3 laps at this moment in time. I'll tell you what, though, 3 laps to go. Coming around turn 3 and 4. We're down to 1 lap, or 2 laps to go this time by. 1 more lap, and that's either checker or wrecker for these 2 drivers. Coulter Clark is right there. He's contending for 3rd place. He's getting by Chris Winstone. He took 3rd place, but right now it's all Chris Romano. 1 lap to go. White flag's in the air. Here we go. Coming around the corner. Onto the roll bar, onto the roof cam. Here we go. There's your winner unofficially. Chris Romano, Jourdain White in 2nd. Coulter Clark brought home 3rd. Chris Winstone in 4th. Sean Hughes in 5th. Zachary King in 6th. Austin Adams in 7th. Chris Perry in 8th. Elijah Bolton in 9th. And Mark Bender in 10th. So we're just going to go through and take a look and watch for the information here to pop up to see what the results are. But we're going to take a moment and watch and see Chris Romano burn this thing down. There he goes. Let's see him burn this thing up. Trying to get some speed on it. There we go. He's just gonna burn her down. Make it look good. That's Sim Magic 44. That was a good run by Chris Romano. He was back further, and then he worked his way up to the front. He was maintaining up front for a while, and got across the line in 1st position. That's where you want to be. And there he is, burning it up. Having fun going down into turn 4. Yes, sir. So we're going to bring up our overall race. Let's see if we can get the results. Let's see if we can show the results. We're going to pause this here back in the backstretch. We're going to hold off on him. We're going to say Chris Romano was in 1st place. He led 22 laps. Jourdain White, he was in 2nd place. Coulter Clark, he was running this thing away. He had the race in hand for the majority of the race, but I'll tell you what, he brought home 3rd place. He's still on the podium. We are at North Wilkesboro. We had 225 laps total distance. Total distance was 115 miles. We had 4 different leaders, 9 cautions for 30 laps. The hard charger was Sean Hughes. He came up 10 positions today. The most laps led, again, Coulter Clark, 158 laps of this thing. Fastest lap was Chris Romano. And again, he needed that fast lap to get up front. The pole position was held by Jourdain White. He started this thing. So, again, Chris Romano was your leader. Jourdain White brought home 2nd. Coulter Clark in 3rd. Chris Winstone in 4th. Sean Hughes in 5th. Zachary King in 6th. Austin Adams in 7th. Chris Perry in 8th. Elijah Mopin brought home 9th. Mark Bender was in 10th. Corey Powell, 11th. Douglas Callis was in 12th. Michael Rovilo was in the 13th position today. Chad Fox brought home 14th. Christopher Foote, 15th position. Cameron Combs, 16th position. And John Shields, he did a starting park by the looks of things. He was down 225 laps, but he rounded out your field. So 17 cars racing here today. So I'll tell you what, we're going to try to grab onto... Let's see. Okay, let's see. We got a couple of races. We have Rock Banana says, good race, Chris. Anthony Hatfield, Romano always. Anthony Hatfield, good race, fellas. Anthony Hatfield again. Art, it's always been a pleasure to catch your broadcast and look forward to racing with you, buddy. Yes, definitely someday we'll get on the track together. Adam Ramsey said he was sent from the iRacing gods, LOL. I agree, Anthony Hatfield says. Lillian King, just because he has damage doesn't mean he needs to give up on the race. Well, that's true. But again, the damage definitely hurt him. We're talking about Zachary King. That spin the tires on the restart, that hurt him bad. We're going to try to grab on to, let's see if we can grab on to Coulter Clark. See if I can find him now. Let's see if I can grab on to him. Where is he? Coulter Clark. Where are you, buddy? Looking for you in chat. I don't see him here. I don't see Coulter Clark. Where did he go? I thought he was in chat here today. So we're going to try to grab on to Jordan White. Going to drag him down to say hi for a minute. Let's see if I can grab onto him. Oh, try to get him down here. I got a long way to drag these guys down here to get down here in the booth to talk with me. Hey, Jordan, you got a copy, buddy? Start up in the booth.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing today, man? I tell you what, I thought you were in trouble there for a minute, but you brought it back. You get into second place.
Yeah, we got second place. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
At the end, I felt like I figured it out a little bit better at the end. I should have probably done a little bit more practice with the brake bias because I could have ran it way lower than what I was at the start. I went down by about 8%. And I probably could have went lower too. So I just got quicker as I started making changes in the car. And, unfortunately, the incident with Zach King put us behind Romano in this track. As you could see, it was pretty hard to pass unless you have a huge pace advantage. So no matter what I did, I didn't think I was getting my first. And I have a lot of respect for him to not just drive into him and bump him out the way. So GG's to him. That's back to back for him, and now me can have the same amount of wins. So hopefully next week I can get a little tiebreaker going on.
Well, there you go. I'll tell you what. I've been watching you all night long, and or all day long. I keep thinking it's nighttime. I'm so used to doing night races, but anyway, yeah, you were up the front. You were there. You were contender right from the get go. You were on the pole, and it was definitely fun to watch you. Make your way, and even when you pitted, you get down a little bit, you came back up, you get into the accident, you still came back up, you're still on the podium, you're still in second place. Chris Romano, just a little bit too fast for you, but I'll tell you what, you gave it a hard battle. You were trying.
I really did. But going Charlotte, I really like Charlotte. So going out there. That's like this was the race today was like my second time ever at that Wilkesboro. So,
Right on.
we
Well,
bought the last time was in the AARN car, and then I crew chiefed former driver Adam Ramsey in the Truck Series. And yeah, that was the second time in the car.
okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Charlotte next week. You got a little bit of a run to get to Charlotte. You're back to the 1.5 mile track, so it should be a little bit better running for you next week there on the 1.5 miles.
We'll hopefully get a nice little win or top 5.
That's what you need. It'll get, you always keep a top 5. I always try to keep top 10 myself. But then again, I'm not in the same league as you are, my friend. So, you got anything for your sponsors or any friends back home before I let you go?
Thank you, Pitstop TV with Lush Simcams, Murders Esports. Shout out to MX Raps as well. Those guys do a lot of good stuff with the paint schemes. Shout out ATVO for, if you want to use it for broadcasts and stuff like that. And shout out my Instagram. Follow me at JORDII_83, Jordy83. So, yep. Thank you.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations on your second place win. Look forward to seeing you next week at Charlotte. All right, I'm going to put you down in place, and we'll see you next week.
Well.
Congratulations again. Okay. Well, that was Jordan White. He was in second place. We're going to grab onto your winner, Chris Romano. See if I can drag him down here. Again, it's a long drag. We have so many different guys here. See if I can get him down here. Goodness gracious. It's a long drag. There we go. Hey, Chris Romano, you got a copy, buddy? It's hard up here in the booth.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Not too bad. Sorry. It takes a while to drag you down there. You're so far up on the Discord channel.
You're good.
So I'll tell you what, you were fighting for it there, and you did good. You ended up, you had 22 laps, and you finished with the lead lap at the end of the race. That's where you needed to be.
Yeah. I mean, entire race. I do not like running here at all. I just tried keeping it clean. Had to dodge some wrecks, and then just the strategy sort of worked out in my favor. I was able to keep pitting, keep getting gas, and run it longer. Then that caution came out and sort of fell into mine and Zach's hands. He was on the same strategy as me. I hate that Jordan got spun as a leader. I know Jordan and Coulter were probably the guys to beat today for sure. But I mean, I'll take a win. I mean, he's 2 in a row now. Feels great. And if you told me I was going to win today, I would have told you you're crazy. So, so I'm definitely happy.
That North Wilkesboro is definitely not an easy track. I mean, you think short tracks like Martinsville and Bristol, but I mean, North Wilkesboro is a track all its own.
Yeah, it's a cool track. I never really ran much here, maybe once, and but it's cool how there's a bunch of different lines. It's just really hard to pass. I noticed that right away, and when that last restart, then I was ahead of Jordan, and I just knew if I just got a good start, I think I'd be able to hold him back there, and that's how it played out. So, yep.
Well, it definitely played into your favor, I'll tell you what. And and then when you get up into the front, away you went, and your car was 20 feet wide. Nobody could get by you. So, I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to make your car 20 feet wide, make it hard to pass. So we're going into Charlotte next week. How do you feel about going back to 1.5 miles? A little bit better, probably.
Oh, yes. I love the 1.5 miles. This car, too, it's a lot of fun. This car short tracks, it's not bad, but I mean, I think the next gen car on 1.5 miles is by far its best track. So it's going to be fun. Going to be some good racing. It'd be nice to have a bigger track and some more room and more speed. Some banking, too. So.
Right on. So you got anything for your family, friends, sponsors back home before I let you go?
Yeah, shout out to my team, Revolution Racing, Greg, Sean, Christopher. Those guys are a lot of fun to run with. Shout out to you, of course, for put on the broadcast. And I was listening during the race, and it's great. Yeah, I love your energy. So thank you. And I was looking, I see Ramsey in the chat, Anthony Hatfield, Happy Mother's Day to Lillian. And then Rotten Bananas pulling for me, so I appreciate you guys. Yep.
Right on. All right, man. Well, I'll let you go for now. Again, congratulations for winning the race at North Wilkesboro. And look forward to seeing how you make out next week. Let's get back on that podium.
Sounds good. Gonna try.
All right, that was Chris Romano. Again, he was your winner this evening, led 22 laps. He led the last lap. That's the main lap that you want to lead. Jordan White brought home second. Coulter Clark, though I couldn't get him in the Discord chat, unfortunately, he ran most of the lead laps. He ran 158 on the point, but he got into an accident, got a little bit of damage, got shuffled back, but he did make it back to third position at the end of the day. So, that said, let's go and hide this, and we're going to bring up, again, this was the All-American Racing Network, AARN, brought to you today by Bully Dog Coffee Company. Again, don't forget, use your code FAST10 for a 10% discount on your Bully Dog Coffee, bullydogcoffeecompany.com. And also FPR Coating and Fabrication. They have what you need to get you hooked up. Look for them on Facebook, I guess. That's the best place to find them. And again, thank you very much to Pit Stop TV and Whiplash Simcams. He takes care of me as far as getting me some awesome camera angles. So that'll be it for me from North Wilkesboro. Pit Stop TV will taking over the show next week at Charlotte. So look forward to seeing that, and we'll look forward to seeing everyone on Wednesday nights for the Truck Series. That would be it for me. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you all Wednesday night in the trucks. Bye for now.